No soap, pressure cooked black-eyed peas along with some ham hock and chicken broth. A complete southern style recipe that's fairly fast, and you don't have to soak your peas overnight. And I pretty much got a kit that's all you need to make this happen. Let's get it started. All right, here are the things you'll need for this kit, and it is a 32-ounce container of low sodium chicken broth. Just get as less sodium as you can get, because there's plenty of sodium right here, which is a 12-ounce country ham hock. Now, that's the only thing that's kind of uncontrollable. You never know how much salt's going to be in these, but take my word, there's plenty. Do not add any salt. I'm going to show you a way, as a matter of fact, how to reduce that salt. But I don't. I like salt, and so that's kind of as a disclaimer. I'll show you a way to take some of it out, though. But 1 pound, that is 1 pound, and I put it in here so you'd know in case you need to measure them. And you can see that's about 2.5 cups of black-eyed peas, but it came out of this bag, which is 16 ounces. Now, and then, of course, that's 3 cups of water. Now, what I'm about to do is I'm going to open this up, put this in here. We're going to cook this first. So let me get that started, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next step is to open the ham hock. And in case you've never seen one, it's a ham hock. It's part of the hog's leg. And it's salt cured, and it's not refrigerated. You usually find this just out on a shelf or on an end rack or something, but not in a refrigeration. Sometimes they're in a refrigerated section, but not always, and they don't have to be. But put that in there along with the 3 cups of water. And then we are going to close that down. Turn on the Ninja, the new one. Now, if you've got any type pressure cooker will do. It's just, this one has an automatic release. You'll see that in a minute, but you'll have to release your own. We're going to leave it on high. We're going to cook that ham hock for 10 minutes. And then on this particular pressure cooker, I'm going to do a delayed release, and you do the same thing in case yours doesn't have this. You just time it for, I'm going to set my time release up for 10 minutes also. Make sure it's on sealed. I'm locked. Everything's good to go. So it's 10 minutes of high pressure and 10 minutes of natural release. Then you release it by hand if you don't have this type pressure cooker. But when that's done, I'll open it up, show you what it looks like. Be back. All right, there's my signal that it's about to release. And there it goes. Be right back. Okay, so it has bled down. We're going to open it up. Take a look at this ham hock. I'll show it to you how it looks in here. And you'll notice that the water is a little discolored from the salt and all the things in the ham hock. Now, that's where, if you want to lower the sodium or the salt content of these peas, I would probably dump that water out and put in fresh water. I'm not. I don't, and I never do, but I like salt. So if you're not big on salt, you definitely want to change out that water. So what I'm going to do is I'm about to, it's a little warm, so I may have to do a few things, but I'm going to cut this off the bone somewhat and just get it cut down into smaller pieces, and I'll have to use something. I'll have to get a glove or something because it's really hot. And I'm going to get it cut into smaller pieces that we're going to put in there and go back in with everything and start the peas to cooking. Be back. All right, here's what I did to it, and I'm going back in with the bone and everything. I just cut it into smaller pieces. Here are the 1 pound of peas. They're going in. I'm going to put a ham hock right on top of it. I'm going to put this entire container, 32 ounces of chicken broth. And again, that's how I do it. Again, sodium, there is, even though it's less sodium, it's not no sodium. Now that didn't turn out like they all do. I may have to press that out of there. It didn't cut that foil ring, but they're not no sodium. So you could do half and half, but this is what I'm doing. This is what I did on the others I've already done, and they were excellent. And like I said, that aluminum, there's an aluminum seal on top of those, and they usually cut out when you open the lid with these little devices right there on the end, but that one didn't do it. You can see. But anyhow, don't know why I'm telling it, just thought I would. I got to find something to stir those with just to mix them around a little bit. And all we're going to do is put the lid back down, move it to a pressure cook, seal it. I'm going to turn it all the way off like I always do to make sure I get back to just what I know what I'm doing. Turn it back on. It's set for pressure cook. I'm going to go on high. Again, these are not soaked. You saw them, they were dry as a bone, just like they came out of that bag. I'm going to do 15 minutes on high, and then I'm going to, on this one again, I can do a delayed release, but I'm going to do 15 minutes. Have to press that. I'm going to do 15 minutes of natural release, and then it will automatically release. Where again, if you don't have this type, you'll have to time yours for 15 minutes and then release it to get the exact results I get. So I'll see y'all back when that's done. All right, that's my warning that is fixing to release the pressure. There it goes. So as soon as that gets finished dumping off that pressure, we're going to take a look at them and get a bowl of them out. All right, and while that bleeds down, I'll just say this. This is not my normal Chow Chow, and neither is this. I'm going to show you what I normally use, but I'm going to try these. I've never tried them before. I couldn't get the one I normally use, but I'm going to show you what I like. But my point is, if you're going to serve black-eyed peas in the South, you better have Chow Chow. If you don't, not that anybody will say anything to your face, but I promise you, when they leave, they're going to say, well, his black-eyed peas were good, but bless his heart, he didn't have any Chow Chow. You got to have some kind of Chow Chow, but I'll show you my favorite kind in a minute. All right, right here, while I got time, that's the kind I normally like, and that's the kind everyone around here usually eats, but I mean, I haven't tried these. They may be just as good. Where I went today, they didn't have that kind, and they also have a hot version, but it works real well, especially with the saltiness of the black-eyed peas. But in fact, let's get to see what these look like. There they are, and they look just as good as they always do. And I'm going to let those, I'm going to stir them up just a little bit, and I'm going to get some out, and we're going to take a better look. I'll be back. All right, right there they are, just like they came out of the pot. And as a matter of fact, we'll try them. Right here's a spoon. I won't use those two on that Chow Chow to taste those two versions. And perfectly cooked. They just are. And to me, the salt level is perfect. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a little salty. But to try these two, in fact, I'm going to shake that up a little bit, just to give you an idea. They have most of the time they have a lot of sugar in them, and it works real. It kind of hits with that salt. And that works. I like that one. Now, that one's got a little bit of burn to it, and a lot of people like that. And this is real common. You can get this in a lot of places. Just like that. I mean, you can get the Mrs. Campbell's also, but I'm going to taste it before I put it on my beans. And both of them work. In fact, there's not anything wrong with either one of them. So I guess I got three kinds now. And this one is a hot, and I can tell it. I'm not sure that one says hot, but I think it might be. I'm going to make some pictures of it like that, and then I'll come back because I'm probably going to add some Chow Chow, mix it up, and show you what it looks like then. I just want to get some pictures as it is right now. I'll be back. Okay, if you ask me, that's the way a bowl of black-eyed peas ought to look. That's the way I eat them. Plenty of Chow Chow, plenty of ham hock, and I ended up going with the Southern Chow Chow, the Appalachian Harvest, which both of them were good, don't get me wrong, and so is the Mrs. Campbell's that I normally eat, but nothing wrong with this right here, and that's almost a meal with all that ham hock in there. It's really good, and you won't forget it. And if you had some cornbread, it would be a meal, that by itself. So, hey, I love y'all. Come back to see me. I don't know if I'm in this frame or not. I'm going to turn it a little bit. I love y'all. Bye.